Hi Draw So Cuties, Winnie here. Today we're going to draw Elsa from Disney's Frozen 2. So let's get started. To draw this new Elsa, let's start by drawing her face. So I'm going to come right here and draw a curve for the bottom of her face. So I'm going to start right there, come across about right here. And it's going to basically like the bottom of a U, but a little bit sharper towards the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect this. Very delicate part. So just come to the center right about here and then go up. There. So we have the bottom of her face in. Let's come back to where we started. I'm going to draw a circle for the eye. So come right here towards the edge and draw a big circle. And same thing over here. So once again towards the edge. And let's make them Draw So Cute eyes. So I'm going to come in here with two small circles for highlights and a curved line at the bottom and shade in the top. And the lines at the bottom. So same thing over here. So I'm glad Disney, and I knew Disney was going to make a Frozen 2, right? It was inevitable. So now I have a reason to draw a new Elsa, because I drew one so long ago when I first started my channel. And I'm glad I was able to draw it again, and hopefully you think I've improved. And lines at the bottom. Okay, so I think this eye is a little bit too thin, so I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Okay, so from there I'm going to come right here on the side and just draw a simple lash. So just two curves that come out. And same thing over here. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to come above each eye right here, so say about right here, and draw a slight angle curve for the eyebrow. I'm going to come in here and thicken it up. Same thing over here, so about right here. There. And then let's come to the center, so about right here I'm going to draw a little smile for Elsa. And go up. So it's a little smirk smile. There. Okay, so then now let's bring this up a little bit higher on both sides. And we're going to imagine it kind of like an oval. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. And in this area, let's come to the top, so about right here, I'm going to give myself a point. So it's not exactly in the center, it's a little bit off to the center, so let's see, about right here. I'm just going to start with a point right there, and using this point, I'm going to come down with a curve, and come back to where I started. And so then using this point right here, I'm going to draw the most important little strand of hair for Elsa. I'm going to come in here and draw a curve. So using this point right here, come up, and we're going to draw a curve that comes down. And just go ahead and thicken this curve. Right? Classic Elsa has this little strand of hair. So then using that, so we're just going to imagine this on the other side. So about right here is going to pop up and go ahead and connect. There. Now we have her face framed in, and then let's come back to where her eyes are, and in this area I'm going to draw her ear. And I'm going to come in here with some details, so just two curves, and same thing on the other side. So about right here. And a curve, and another curve. Okay, so now to draw her hair. It's a little bit more complicated because there's all these mounds of hair to make her hair look really full. So I'm going to start on this bottom part. Hopefully make it easy for you to follow along. So let's start right here. I'm going to come in this area and I'm going to draw a curve right above the ear and come up. So I'm going to start with one strand and go up. And I'm going to use this curve once again and draw another curve that comes up. So as you're drawing this, just make sure that it's all going in and around Elsa's head. So let's come right here. And we're going to draw another curve that comes up. And let's go ahead and finish this. So I'm just going to connect it. And this is going to come in. Okay, so then now let's come back to right here where we started in this area right here. And I'm going to bring a curve that comes out. So let's start with the first curve. Ooh, my hands are wobbling. And I'm going to bring a curve right back to here. So let's come about right here and bring a curve. Comes in right there. And don't worry, I know it looks really weird right now. You can always go back and fix your curves as you need. And now let's come back again and we're going to come up with another curve. So this is one of the main big curves. We're going to go up. And from there, let's go bring it up a little bit higher. So say about this much right here. And I'm going to bring it down to about right here. There, I got another one. And so now that we have the more complicated strands done, let's come back to here once again, and we're going to basically start to draw a bunch of curves around here with the center of her hair parting about in this area. So now that we have that in, let's come about right here, and we're just gonna wobble a crease that comes out. And then let's come right here. And we're going to draw one curve, and I'm just going to start to curve around back to her ear. Now that we have that in, so let's come and draw another curve. And we're just going to go and wobble back down, just to make it a little bit easier. So it's just nice, full. And then let's come back in here and we're going to start to make it all come together. So using this curve right here, we're going to come down and bring out a curve. You can bring in another crease right here. And you can come in right here, finish this part off. So wherever you have these curves, just bring it in. So let's see here. There's another curve right here. So we're going to use this curve to come back. Everything is going to come right back into there. There. So hopefully that makes sense. We just want to create these beautiful mounds and strands of hair to make it nice and full around her head. So then if there's any more space here, you can just come in here and add a curve right there. And then down here, you can add some more. And one curve and another one to taper it off around her face. Okay, so hopefully I made that easy for you to follow along. Now let's draw her body before we finish off her ponytail. So I'm going to come right in the center. So say about right here and here. And I'm going to draw a curve that comes down with a slight towards the center, and a slight curve. And using that curve, I'm going to come say about right here. I'm just going to add a curve. So this is her top that's inside. And I'm going to come to the edge right here and then draw out a curve for her shoulder. Same thing right here. Just give a little edge for the collar and her shoulders. So then now that we have that, we're going to imagine her armpits are going to be about right here and here. So I'm going to use that and draw a slight angle line. So with that line, let's bring this down a little bit more. And I'm going to bring this in to a point. So say about right here, I'll stop. So I'm going to use that as my point right there, my guide, and let's bring this down a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and connect it with a curve. And I'm going to use this point right here to draw a curve. So let's come up, and this part comes down. And then now we can draw her skirt. So let's come right here, and we're going to pop out a curve on both sides. And then before I forget, I'm going to come in here and draw a curve that follows that curve I made. And okay, so then now from there, let's go ahead and finish the skirt. I'm going to bring it out. And keep bringing it down. And as I bring it down, I'm going to flare it out a tiny bit, just to give our skirt some movement. So, say about right there, I'll stop. And I'm going to connect it with curves at the bottom. But the center is going to be a little bit lower, so let's come down, curve it down, and we're going to bring it right back up. Okay, so then from there, now that we have that in, let's come down and draw the feet. So we'll come about, imagine her legs are going to be about right here. So I'm going to start with an angle line and another angle. And so about right here will be the other leg. And let's work on this one first. Bring it down for her boots, and we're just going to simplify it and bring it out. Give it a little heel part at the bottom right here and connect. So same thing over here. Same part right there, bring it in. Since everything else is so complicated, figure just make the shoes a lot easier. So very simplified and connected. Give it a little bit more angle. Okay, there. Now let's draw her arms. So we're going to bring this down. And I'm just kind of going to give it a little curve right here where her waist is, and then pop it back out. So we're just kind of following. And about in this area right here, I'm going to start to draw her hand. So bring it in for a little sleeve. And then right here, we're going to draw her hand. So it's just going to be her thumb, very simplified hand, and fingers. So same thing over here. Gonna tuck it in a little bit and come out. And in the same area, about right there, you can end her sleeves, and a thumb, and fingers. Okay, so then let's draw some details right here on her skirt. So it's kind of in the center, there's going to be a parting line. So let's bring it straight down first. And as we come down, angle it out a little bit for where it would part, just to give it some detail. And then I'm going to give her a little cape at the back, so about right here I'm going to flare out, big curve. And so then about right here, I'm going to curve it out. Bring it down to right there, past her skirt. And I'm just going to wobble a curve down. So right here, just going to curve, go across, overlap, and back. And then she has these little details right here. There's these tiny, kind of like diamond shape things that dangle from her skirt. So if you want to add these little details, just draw this diamond shape right underneath her skirt. And she has these beautiful patterns on her skirt, but I'll do that when I'm coloring also on her the waist area right here. And I'm going to add a little shape right here just to break it up for the top of her outfit right here. And then of course her hair. So let's come back to about right here where her face is, and I'm going to flare out a curve and come out for her ponytail. And let's bring it in. So 1, 2, and 3, and back. And let's add some strands so it's not so stiff. So I had the hardest time trying to figure out if I should give Elsa this new hairdo or to draw the classic braid on her. And I asked you guys on the community page, and you told me you wanted a new look. So I was very glad that you wanted this ponytail. It's a lot easier to draw too, right? But if you love the classic braid, just go ahead and place it right here, right underneath this area right here, and then draw this side. So there, hope you love how this new Elsa drawing turned out, and it made it easy for you to follow along. Thanks so much for watching, and if you loved it, please make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any new Draw So Cute videos. See you later.